Have you ever wondered why the Philippines is a focal point for so many global leaders? Nestled in the heart of Southeast Asia, the Philippines is an archipelago that serves as a critical gateway between the East and the West. This strategic geographical location has long made it a coveted jewel for anyone interested in international trade and diplomatic relations. With over 7,000 islands, the Philippines sprawls across a vital junction of the world's busiest maritime routes, including the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. This proximity to major sea lanes not only facilitates a significant portion of global trade, but also positions the Philippines as a central player in maritime security and regional politics. The archipelagic nature of the Philippines provides unique advantages and challenges, influencing its diplomatic and economic engagements. Its location has historically invited both trade and conflict, making it a significant point of interest for nations around the globe. This unique position has not only shaped its past, but continues to influence its present and future engagements on the global stage. Before the global powers arrived, the Philippines had a rich tapestry of local kingdoms and sultanates. This vibrant era, often overlooked, set the foundations for the nation's intricate and diverse cultural landscape. Long before the advent of European colonizers, the archipelago was a bustling hub for trade and commerce. The strategic location of the Philippines made it a vital conduit for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices across Southeast Asia. Flourishing trade routes connected the islands to the larger Asian continent, bringing in traders from as far as China, India, and the Malay archipelago. These traders didn't just bring silk and spices, they also brought with them profound cultural and religious influences that shaped early Philippine society. Islam found a fertile ground in the southern parts of the archipelago, particularly in Mindanao, through the efforts of Arab traders and missionaries. By the 13th century, several sultanates had been established, embedding Islamic traditions into the local culture. Meanwhile, Hindu and Buddhist influences permeated through the northern and central regions, brought by Indian traders. These influences were evident in various aspects of life, from the design of traditional artifacts and the structure of early governments to the spiritual beliefs and practices of the people. The pre-colonial Philippines was not just a recipient of foreign influences, but was an active participant in a vibrant network of regional interconnections. The local rulers, known as datus, maintained sovereign kingdoms and bartered goods with their Asian counterparts, fostering a rich milieu of cultural exchange. These early interactions set the stage for a country that was no stranger to foreign influence and international relations. The arrival of Ferdinand Magellan in 1521 marked the beginning of over 3 centuries of Spanish influence. This era reshaped the archipelago, weaving a tapestry rich in culture and fraught with conflict. As Spain planted its flag on the islands, it brought with it the Roman Catholic Church, which would become a cornerstone of Filipino identity. Churches rose from the earth, and the echoes of Mass filled the air, intertwining faith deeply with daily life. Under Spanish rule, the Philippines became a vital cog in the wheels of global trade. The famed Manila galleon trade linked Asia with the Americas, turning Manila into a bustling hub of commerce. These galleons carried not just silk and spices, but also stories and strategies across the vast oceans. However, life under Spanish rule was not idyllic for the locals. The implementation of the encomienda system burdened many Filipinos, requiring them to pay tribute or provide labor in exchange for protection and religious instruction. As the sands of time flowed into the late 19th century, the winds of change began to stir with the Spanish-American War. In 1898, following Spain's defeat, the Treaty of Paris ceded the Philippines to the United States for $20 million. This marked a significant pivot in the archipelago's history, transitioning from Spanish to American rule. The American era ushered in a new wave of changes. The English language began to permeate schools and government offices, knitting itself into the fabric of Filipino education and administration. Public education was expanded, bringing literacy and new opportunities to many. Economically, the Philippines was gradually integrated into the American sphere, with an emphasis on agricultural exports and the development of infrastructure. Yet this period was not without its challenges. While the promise of eventual independence was dangled before the Filipinos, the reality of American control was omnipresent, shaping the political landscape in profound ways. The shifts in colonial power brought significant changes, embedding the Philippines deeper into the global narrative. World War II proved to be a turning point for the Philippines and its quest for independence. As the winds of war swept across the globe, The Philippines, a strategic archipelago in the Pacific, found itself in the throes of conflict. In 1941, Japanese forces invaded, quickly taking control and beginning a brutal occupation that would last until 1945. The impact on the Filipino people was profound, with widespread suffering and resistance shaping the period. Throughout the occupation, guerrilla fighters and ordinary citizens alike waged a relentless campaign against the Japanese, demonstrating their determination and resilience. These resistance movements were not just fights for survival, but also a clear statement of the desire for autonomy. As the tide of the war turned, the United States, which had promised independence to the Philippines before the war, re-engaged in the Pacific. The Battle of Leyte Gulf in 1944 was a pivotal moment, marking one of the largest naval battles in history and a significant turning point in the liberation of the Philippines. Finally, on July 4, 1946, the Philippines was granted its long-awaited independence. This was not just the end of colonial rule, but the beginning of a new chapter. The country had to navigate rebuilding its economy, its government, and its international relations, all while bearing the scars of war. Emerging from the ashes of war, the newly sovereign Philippines faced the challenge of forging its path on the international stage. In today's interconnected world, why does the Philippines continue to draw global attention? Nestled at the crossroads of the Western Pacific and Southeast Asia, the Philippines is not just a cluster of islands but a pivotal arena in geopolitical and economic strategies. Its membership in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, underscores its influence in regional diplomacy and economic development. ASEAN as a bloc plays a critical role in maintaining stability in Southeast Asia, and the Philippines has been instrumental in fostering unity and cooperation among its member states. The strategic military importance of the Philippines cannot be overstated. Historically, it has served as a vital outpost for the United States, providing a gateway to the broader Asia-Pacific region. Today, amidst growing regional tensions, particularly in the South China Sea, the Philippines' geographical location makes it a linchpin in the network of defense alliances. The US and other allies rely heavily on its proximity to crucial maritime routes that are vital for international trade and military operations. Speaking of maritime routes, the South China Sea is a hotbed of contention, not just for territorial claims but for its global economic significance. The Philippines finds itself at the heart of this dispute, asserting its sovereignty while navigating complex diplomatic waters. These disputes highlight the Philippines' critical role in advocating for international law and peaceful resolutions to conflicts that have far-reaching implications beyond its borders. Furthermore, the Philippines is rapidly emerging as a key market in Asia. Its growing economy, powered by robust service and manufacturing sectors, offers numerous opportunities for international investors and businesses. The country's strategic economic agreements and trade partnerships extend across the globe, enhancing its role as a significant player in international trade networks. These factors make the Philippines not just a nation, but a significant player in regional and global politics. From its pre-colonial roots to its modern-day geopolitical significance, the Philippines stands as a testament to resilience and strategic importance. In our journey through the rich tapestry of Philippine history, we've seen how this archipelago has evolved from a pivotal pre-colonial trade hub to a significant player on the global stage. The allure of the Philippines has always been rooted in its strategic location at the crossroads of the East and the West. This positioning has made it an irresistible point of interest for various global powers throughout history, from the Spanish to the Americans. The Philippines' role in major global events, such as World War II, and its subsequent rise to independence, showcase a nation that's not only a survivor but a formidable force in international relations. Today, the Philippines continues to leverage its geographic and cultural leverage, contributing to ASEAN and playing critical roles in regional security and economic discussions. As the world moves forward, the role of the Philippines will undoubtedly continue to grow, shaped by its rich history and strategic importance.